Imagine this. You're going about your day, reading the paper, taking a walk, maybe making lunch, and something just feels a little off. You're not in pain exactly, but something's not quite right. Maybe you feel a bit more tired than usual or slightly nauseous. You might think, it's nothing, and brush it off. But what if that subtle feeling was your body trying to tell you something important, something urgent? Heart attacks are not always dramatic. In fact, many of them, especially in seniors, are surprisingly silent. That means they come with symptoms so subtle or unusual, they're often missed. And that's dangerous, because the sooner you recognize the signs, the better your chances of survival and recovery. Today, we're going to talk about the 5 silent signs of a heart attack every senior needs to know. Not the ones you always hear about, like chest pain or clutching your left arm. We're going deeper, because the truth is, heart disease remains the #1 cause of death for older adults, and awareness is your best defense. Let's start with the first silent sign, unusual fatigue. We all get tired, but the kind of fatigue we're talking about here is different. It's not the kind that comes after a busy day or a poor night's sleep. It's the kind of exhaustion that makes climbing a short flight of stairs feel like a marathon. You might feel drained even after doing simple activities like folding laundry or walking to the mailbox. This can happen because your heart isn't pumping efficiently and your body isn't getting enough oxygen-rich blood. When your muscles and tissues don't get what they need, your body slows you down. If this kind of fatigue comes on suddenly or seems to worsen without reason, it's time to pay attention. The second silent sign is shortness of breath. Now, sure, if you've been out gardening or doing something active, a little breathlessness is expected. But if you're sitting still or doing something light, like brushing your hair or getting dressed, and you're feeling winded, that's a red flag. Your heart and lungs work closely together. And when your heart is in trouble, your breathing can be one of the first things to change. Some people describe it as a tightness in the chest, or a feeling like they just can't get enough air. If you find yourself gasping, or if your breathing feels labored without a clear cause, it's not something to ignore. The third sign, nausea or lightheadedness. This one is tricky because it's easy to confuse with a stomach bug or low blood sugar. But in some cases, these symptoms are your heart's way of crying out for help. When the heart muscle isn't getting enough blood, it can affect other systems, especially your digestive system. Some seniors feel sick to their stomach, break out in a cold sweat, or feel dizzy before a heart attack. If these symptoms show up suddenly, or if they come with chest discomfort or fatigue, it's time to seek help. The fourth silent symptom, pain in places you wouldn't expect. When people think of heart attacks, they imagine pain in the chest or left arm, but heart-related discomfort can also show up in your jaw, neck, upper back, shoulders, or even your teeth. Women, in particular, often experience heart attack symptoms in these areas. It might feel like pressure, tightness, or a dull ache that comes and goes. If you ever feel unexplained discomfort in these areas, especially if it's paired with other symptoms on this list, don't wait. Get it checked. And the fifth sign, and perhaps the easiest to overlook, is a general sense of anxiety or unease. Some people describe it as feeling like something bad is about to happen, even if everything around them seems normal. Others feel restless or more irritable than usual. Your body has its own internal alarm system, and sometimes it picks up on things your conscious mind hasn't caught yet. If you suddenly feel anxious or unsettled, and it's out of the ordinary for you, especially if it's combined with any physical symptoms, it could be your body trying to warn you. Now let me be very clear here. Experiencing one of these symptoms doesn't automatically mean you're having a heart attack. But if they're new, unexplained, or feel different than your usual health patterns, don't ignore them. Time is critical. The earlier a heart attack is caught and treated, the better the outcome. The worst thing you can do is assume it's nothing and wait too long. And here's something that might surprise you. Many seniors who have heart attacks later say they did notice something was off, but they either didn't want to bother anyone, thought it was indigestion, or simply didn't know these could be signs of something serious. That's why this conversation is so important. If you found any of this helpful so far, I want to quickly mention my free newsletter. It's where I share weekly tips, reminders, and helpful resources that can support you in staying strong, healthy, and informed. Think of it like a personal check-in, a small boost of knowledge and encouragement every week directly to your inbox. You'll find a link in the video description if you'd like to join. It's completely free, and it's just for our community. Now, let's talk briefly about prevention. Knowing the signs is powerful, but preventing heart trouble in the first place is even better. Keeping your blood pressure and cholesterol in check, managing stress, staying active, and eating a heart-healthy diet all play a role. And don't underestimate the power of regular checkups. Sometimes heart disease doesn't show symptoms until it's serious, but routine tests like EKGs, stress tests, and blood work can catch issues early. Also, don't be afraid to advocate for yourself. If something feels wrong, speak up. Don't downplay your symptoms. You know your body better than anyone else. And if you're a caregiver or have older parents or loved ones, make sure they know these signs too. A simple conversation could be life-saving. Let's recap quickly. The 5 silent signs of a heart attack in seniors are unusual fatigue, shortness of breath, nausea or lightheadedness, unexplained pain in areas like the jaw or back, and a sudden sense of anxiety or unease. None of these should be brushed off, especially if they appear suddenly or together. Being informed is one of the best tools you have to protect your health. Stay curious, stay aware, and most importantly, listen to your body. It's always speaking to you. The more you tune in, the more you'll notice when something's not quite right. Thanks so much for spending time with me today. If this video gave you something to think about, consider sharing it with someone you care about. Because awareness doesn't just save lives, it empowers us to live better, longer, and with greater peace of mind. Until next time, take care of your heart, take care of yourself, and as always, keep moving forward.